Yesterday, we talked about books that you would like if you're a KidLit writer, and we also talked about podcasts that you definitely should listen to if you're a KidLit writer. Today, I want to talk about some blogs that you should read. So these are in no way all-encompassing. There's plenty of other great blogs on the internet. These are just 4 that I have found to be really useful. So if you are in the business of trying to sell your writing, Jane Friedman is a great one to check out. She covers she gives articles on being a self-published writer, traditional writer, as well as a hybrid writer. So whatever format you're taking for selling your books, she's got articles for you. She also has information on finding an agent, working with editors, marketing, and publicity. So this is a great one on the business of writing. Hannah Holt is a writer. She's a picture book author. So if you're in the stages of querying, I recommend checking her out. She has recently done articles such as what to do after 200 rejections. So unfortunately, with the state of querying being very difficult these days for KidLit, it's great to hear from writers who have made it and who have advice. If you are still crafting, Jamie Gold is a great resource. She adds plenty of different craft worksheets. So yesterday we talked about Saves the Cat being a good plotting device, and she has Save the Cat worksheets to use to make sure that your draft is hitting those Save the Cat beats. She also has a checklist for making sure that you have all the elements of a good scene. So check out her free worksheets for writers. And then finally, Josh Funk is great if you are looking to become a picture book writer. He has a guide on how to write a picture book from start to finish. So he is great if you are getting into the craft. So those are just 4 examples of great blogs to read, but I will link these below so that you guys can check out the blogs and continue your education. On that note, you also should check out Literary Agent Substacks. So I follow Sarah Nichols' Substack, and what they send each week is amazing. So I believe it's Monday, I get a Substack from them that has resources going on that week or events going on that week for readers that are free, for writers that are free, and then for readers that are paid, and for writers that are paid. So I've just given you a small snippet example of some of the free resources for writers from the week of August 11th. So you'll see that Sarah has a Wednesday writing virtual write-in session that you could do. So if you are struggling to get your word count done and you just need some camaraderie, that seems to happen every single Wednesday. In the past, I've also seen some interesting sessions you can attend via Zoom. So one I attended was on fast drafting. I learned how to write or draft more quickly, and I got through the last third of my manuscript, my rough draft, I want to say in like triple speed compared to the first 2/3. So that was really, really helpful. So keep an eye out for this Substack and for the different events that you can attend. You basically are getting conference level sessions without paying for them if you attend any of the free ones. And then with the paid ones, you might get sessions where you can learn directly from agents on how to craft a query letter or workshops. So this is just a great resource if you are a writer, but also for KidLit writers. And then finally, I'll share today about online tools. These are just 3 examples of online tools. There's plenty of free ones out there. The one I use most often on this list is WordHippo. So it's basically a thesaurus, and we all know what a thesaurus does, but for some reason, the way it's formatted is just easier to use. So if you are looking for a synonym, an antonym, a word to rhyme, or a definition, it's really easy just to plug in the word you have and kind of scan through what they're offering so that you can keep typing without wasting your time flipping through a thesaurus. Fight Right. I listed this as great for YA writers since they tend to have, especially in fantasies, fight scenes, but really it's great for any writer who needs to write about a fight or something that needs logistical explanation, such as one of the more recent articles they had was on how to get out of handcuffs. So it might work also if you write thrillers. So not specific to KidLit, but that would be useful, obviously, in middle grade and YA writing. And then last, there is the fantasy map generator, Asgar's fantasy map generator. So if you are needing help with your world building and you're somebody who needs to visualize it and maybe not an artist, you can use the fantasy map generator to create your world. So those are just 3 resources or 3 online tools that I found useful for writing, and I hope they're useful to you too. Tomorrow we will talk about finding critique partners and pitch contests. See you then.